Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how the Buccaneers are keeping Gerald McCoy for the 2019-2020 season, so let's talk about it. So, this move won't split my comments section right down the middle, I'm absolutely sure about it. So, the Buccaneers are keeping Gerald McCoy for next season, the 2019-2020 season. Very interesting move. I know a lot of people were saying, well, we should get rid of Gerald McCoy, it'll save $13 million in cap space, we can use that money at other positions. While I couldn't deny that it would save a lot of money, I still wanted Gerald McCoy to stay on this team just because of how good of a player he is and whatnot. So I get my wish, but I know that a lot of people are going to be not so happy with this move, but that's fine. This is the biggest offseason move so far up to this point, besides obviously the hiring of Bruce Arians, and it's going to be very interesting how this defensive line shakes out now, because now you still have all of your guys who were really good from last season. You have Gerald McCoy, you have Vita Vea, you have Jason Pierre-Paul, and you have Carl Nassib. Now, in an article that Rick Stroud wrote talking about this, he said that Gerald McCoy is going to have to play defensive end more in this 3-4 defense. So what does that mean for guys like Jason Pierre-Paul and Carl Nassib? Well, we'll have to find out. Now, this is a very unlikely and very irrational scenario, but I guess I could see maybe a 5% chance that the Buccaneers trade away a guy like Carl Nassib or Jason Pierre-Paul. I don't see that happening, but I give it like a 5% chance of happening, okay? I think that really, whenever you look at it, the Buccaneers defensive line is pretty much set. I know that's going to sound like a weird thing, especially since the offseason has just started, but you have 4 guys who produced at some high level at different points in the season last year. Jason Pierre-Paul obviously had a very good season overall. Carl Nassib had some good moments as well. Vita Vea came in strong in the second half of the season, and Gerald McCoy had his very good moments as well. So really, you got to ask yourself, is the Buccaneers defensive line set right now? I think the starters pretty much are, especially with McCoy staying, but I think you could still get some rotational type backups in place, especially the defensive tackle position, because that's really a question mark right now, especially with guys like Mitch Unrein, Bo Allen, among others, William Golston being another name. In the defensive end position, you still have guys like Noah Spence, who I don't really think is going to be back with the team, but I've seen a lot of people think that, so it'll be interesting. Now, this probably puts a wet blanket on any type of defensive lineman moves the Buccaneers are going to make in free agency. Now, obviously, the draft, that still remains yet to be seen. We have no idea what's going to happen there, but for free agency, I mean, why would you pursue a high-profile defensive lineman at this point? You already have Jason Pierre-Paul, Carl Nassib, Vita Vea, Gerald McCoy. I personally wanted a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence in free agency. I know he's going to cost like $25 million, but I didn't care. I still wanted him. That's not happening now. And we're probably not going to go after a lot of the high-profile defensive linemen that are in free agency. And, I know it's sad, but I'm okay with it. I like the guys that we already have. And now we can use some of that money to go for maybe a high-profile safety, maybe a cornerback, something like that, just kind of improve the overall defense in general. Maybe we go for an outside linebacker or two. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But Gerald McCoy, he's staying on the team. He's going to be playing a little bit more defensive end in this 3-4 scheme. I'm very interested to see that. I think it'll be very good. If your base 3-4 defense, your defensive linemen are Jason Pierre-Paul, Vita Vea, and Gerald McCoy, the defensive end position, that'll look kind of cool in my opinion. I'd be down for it. But, let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. Big offseason move. This is the big move. This is definitely going to affect a lot of what happens now in free agency and the draft. Maybe they could still draft a guy like Ed Oliver. That's my guy. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this move down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'm sure I'll be talking about all the other different types of moves as they happen throughout the offseason. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, goodbye for now. And go Bucs!